This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. What's going on, freaks? I don't see any sightings of blue. Yep, gonna do something else. I'm trying to get Colleen and Kelsey to come on for Friday. And maybe discuss, DNA and stuff like that regarding the Delphi. Yeah. So, what's going on? A little bit tired, to be honest with you, but haven't slept great the last couple nights. Let's see. All right. See. All right. Well, we have a quick Grady Judd update. It's like a 3-minute video, like dumb criminal of the week type of thing. So we'll play that one. All right. So here we go. And does the chat the bot work tonight? I think I signed it in. Here we go. You guys ready for our favorite sheriff in the United States? Grady Judd. Here we go.
You know this has got to be true because this is one of those things you can't just make up. Scott Chandler. He's 41. He was a Circle K clerk at the Circle K located on Highway 98 north of Lakeland at the intersection of Duff Road. He took his phone and put it underneath the sink in the women's bathroom, and with his iPhone and his iWatch, he was taking pictures of ladies going to the restroom. Now, how do we know that? One of our victims noticed a flash while she was going to the restroom. So she did her own investigating. She found this iPhone hidden by a white envelope. So she opened it up, and there was a picture of her going to the restroom, as well as 4 other ladies which are not yet identified. She notified the sheriff's office. A deputy arrived. She met the deputy out front, shows the deputy the cell phone. Here's what you can't believe. He and another girl come out of the store to tell the deputy that his phone's missing. Someone's stolen it. Did you hear that? Did you hear what I just said? The victim came out of the store with his phone, and he's trying to report it stolen. Well, Genius. We read him his rights, and he confessed to video voyeurism, and he was locked up. Our detectives are following up on the case this week. They will bring further charges, at least one more charge that I'm sure of, tampering with evidence. But we're looking for 4 ladies who are victims that don't realize right now they are victims. If you use the bathroom, and we'll get the dates and the times specific and put them on this video clip, please call us, because we want to bring more criminal charges for Scott Chandler. This guy is no good. This guy is a deviant. He said he was curious. Well, I tell you
What the hell, man?
I hope that he was curious about going to the Polk County Jail Bookend Center, because that's where we put him. I hope he was curious about going to the jail, because that's where we put him. We don't buy his story about being curious to take ladies' pictures, but we're curious about why he's curious. And we hope he's curious about going to jail, because this curious guy is locked up where he should be.
There you go. There it is. That's pretty awesome. Gotta love Grady Judd. Yeah. If everybody was like that, I think this would be great if we had a president like this. Just plain spoken, smart, but doesn't need to get all overly dramatic, and just tell it like it is, you know? Or at least if we could have a sheriff like that in every single town, that'd be great. Would have loved to have him in Portland all summer long when all the absolute moronic idiots were rioting still downtown Portland. It's embarrassing. Okay, of course that wasn't a big deal in the media at the time. Let's see. All right, so we got this other case here that was 2008. This is also a video, a press conference from today. So in 2008, there's a cold case of a man, a white man, that was slain by a black lady, that it turns out that they finally solved it today. And I'm saying that just because you'll probably won't hear of the story whatsoever, because it doesn't fit the usual media narrative, you know, it doesn't fit that one. All right, but this is a cold case of a man named, let's see, Paul Hill, and he was killed in 2008 in Georgia by Shanita Wyatt. But there's a press conference. Hey, thanks, Jessica Schubach. Yep, I know we're not talking about the Delphi case today, so we gotta. It's not for some reason. It's not as big a deal for the super chats and whatnot supporting the channel when we're not doing that. But every day is the same. I still come on the air and do a show with tons and tons of cold cases here. We got one that's interesting. Hey, Stacy, you're still out there. Do you remember where the Beitelmans? They were killed with a gun, right? If I remember right. Maybe no. The kid was smothered. So how was the mom killed? Was she strangled? I don't remember it off the top of my head. I'm going to be making that one. Yeah, there's only 131 watching, but there's like 600 watching when it's Delphi. You know, it's like people just are myopic. You know. I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, she was strangled. Okay, that's more interesting for what I'm going to bring up here in a few minutes. Yeah, so she was strangled and he was smothered. All right, with the pillow that was, okay. So that's going to be one of the, if you haven't signed up yet, I have a channel called Nefarious. It's in the description of the video. I've got 2 videos on there, but I've got 3 scripts already for making other videos. So you should sign up over there, because that channel is just the regular, 10 to 15 minute video on cold cases that nobody else will ever be talking about, and I will be. All right. So let me move on to the press conference in this one.
2nd, 2008, at approximately 2 p.m.
Let me make it a little louder. Thank you, Holly Evans.
Members of our...
I tried to get as much rid of as much hiss as I could, so the voice sounds a little bit tinny, but it was really like, so that's what you were going to get here. But oh, look at that. The Chewbacca one.
Chewbacca?
I'll probably turn it off because I'm going to play the press
I'll be
conference.
Chewbacca.
You want me to be?
Love what you do.
Well, thank you. All right, here we go.
at approximately 2 p.m., members of our patrol division responded to 3300 Marathon Drive, Apartment C, to conduct a welfare check. While there, the officers observed the door locked, therefore they had to forcibly enter into the residence. Upon entering the residence, the officer discovered Paul Hill deceased. Hill was pronounced deceased on April 2, 2008 at approximately 2:40 p.m. The case was initially assigned to our robbery and homicide unit. Detective Andy Farmer was the initial investigator assigned to this case. During the initial investigation, witnesses were identified and statements were obtained. However, as the investigation continued, information was no longer available to the investigators as they sought additional leads. And because of that, the case became a cold case. On October the 5th, 2016, the cold case investigation was assigned to Detective Stuart Carter. This case was actively worked until June the 1st, 2017. Again, this case was worked until there were no leads to follow up on. On January the 29th, 2020, the cold case investigation was resumed by Detective Stuart Carter. During this investigation, additional witnesses were identified and statements were obtained to corroborate the testimony from previous witnesses. Based on the information received, Detective Carter obtained a murder warrant for the arrest of Shanita Yvette Wyatt. She was arrested today for the murder of Paul Hill. At the time Detective Carter obtained the warrant, Wyatt was incarcerated in the Muscogee County Jail on an unrelated drug charge. Wyatt has been in the Muscogee County Jail since May 21st, 2020. As a matter of public safety, as law enforcement officers, we take an oath to faithfully and justly perform the duties of a police officer. This investigation is evident that Detective Carter honored his oath. He was relentless in this investigation, which led to the arrest of Wyatt. As I previously stated, this was a cold case investigation. Per our Department of Policy, a cold case is a serious felony, normally a murder, where all investigative leads have been exhausted and the case remains unsolved. After reviewing the case, Detective Carter was able to obtain a warrant which led to the arrest of Wyatt. In closing, I want to thank Detective Carter and the former, who is now a lieutenant with our police department, Sergeant Randy Long, retired Sergeant Harvey Hatchett, and retired Corporal George Godfrey for the work in which they did on this case. If anyone has any information regarding this investigation, please contact Detective Stuart Carter at 706-225-319. Are there any questions?
Chief, what led Detective Carter to seek the arrest warrants? What was the evidence? Can you talk about what the evidence was that he was able to use to make this arrest?
Right now, I don't want to get into all of these specifics of this particular case, but Detective Carter was able to, as I stated earlier, interview witnesses that were able to provide information to Detective Carter that led to him being able to
She
obtain
killed him in
arrest.
2008.
This is the second cold case arrest just in the last couple of weeks. What's happening now? Why are we getting these arrests? Is there been some change in policy? Is there been some way you're looking at it, or is this just the brakes? This is just the brakes.
But of course, anytime we are able to make an arrest on a cold case, we are very fortunate to have cooperation from witnesses as they come forward to provide information regarding the case. But in addition to that, we have assigned Detective Stuart Carter, who's actually now a reserve officer with our department after his retirement from our department. And he is an investigator that does an outstanding job. And because of the hard work and determination that he puts forth in investigating the cases, we were fortunate to be able to receive information that led to the arrest of Wyatt.
How many witnesses were involved in this investigation?
Well, there were several witnesses involved in this case, and Detective Carter was able to interview each person. There were multiple witnesses. Are there any other questions?
Does the suspect have a history with the police department?
There is a history that the suspect has. There have been other charges, drug-related charges, prostitution-related charges as well.
Can you speak to a motive in this case?
At this time, we don't want to get into the specifics of the case regarding motive at this time.
When's recorder's court hearing set for?
The recorder's court hearing will be set for this Friday, will be February the 19th at 9 a.m.
Will Detective Carter be the one presenting?
Yes.
There you have it. There are female barbarians out there as well. Alright? They do exist. It's not just guys.
Gosh, Gray, you hate women then, because you wouldn't have said that.
Oh, no.
Oh, oops. Hey, why did John Boy jump in there? But, yeah, anyways, yeah, Mary Lou. Yeah, no, they really are. They're violent people too. Just not anywhere near as often, but there can be, right? There you go, right? And let's see. I guess for those coming in late, I gotta go get myself a drink here. Not a drink, but like my hot chocolate. So I'm gonna play the Grady Judd thing again because everybody probably missed it. It came in a little bit late. So here we go, and then we'll get on to those cold cases. All right.
You know this has got to be true because this is one of those things you can't just make up. Scott Chandler, he's 41. He was a Circle K clerk at the Circle K located on Highway 98 north of Lakeland at the intersection of Duff Road. He took his phone and put it underneath the sink in the women's bathroom, and with his iPhone and his iWatch, he was taking pictures of ladies going to the restroom. Now, how do we know that? One of our victims noticed a flash while she was going to the restroom, so she did her own investigating. She found this iPhone hidden by a white envelope. So she opened it up, and there was a picture of her going to the restroom, as well as 4 other ladies which are not yet identified. She notified the sheriff's office. A deputy arrived. She met the deputy out front, shows the deputy the cell phone. Here's what you can't believe. He and another girl come out of the store to tell the deputy that his phone's missing. Someone's stolen it. Did you hear that? Did you hear what I just said? The victim came out of the store with his phone, and he's trying to report it stolen. Well, we read him his rights, and he confessed
what an idiot, 'cause then
to video
he's telling him, hey,
voyeurism,
that's my phone.
and he was locked up.
Stupid.
Our detectives are following up on the case this week. They will bring further charges, at least one more charge that I'm sure of, tampering with evidence. But we're looking for
That's a
4
mochi
ladies
voucher.
who are victims that don't realize right now they are victims. If you use the bathroom, and we'll get the dates and the times specific and put them on this video clip, please call us, because we want to bring more criminal charges for Scott Chandler. This guy is no good. This guy is a deviant. He said he was curious. Well, I tell you what, I hope that he was curious about going to the Polk County Jail Bookend Center, because that's where we put him. I hope he was curious about going to the jail, because that's where we put him. We don't buy his story about being curious to take ladies' pictures, but we're curious about why he's curious. And we hope he's curious about going to jail, because this curious guy is locked up where he should be.
What's up? You man, that was crazy. Had to get my drink and watch the end of that another crazy Blazer game. Man, unbelievable. Yeah, Damian Lillard should be like the MVP of the league at this point. It's crazy. All right, you guys ready to do the cold cases?
On April.
All right. So there's a couple of them that are, I'm sort of wondering if they're connected to ones we've already talked about. And then there's a couple that have so little information that there's no newspaper articles at all, and it's obvious why. Too, they're most likely sex workers with no, nobody gave a damn to put an article about them, and it sucks. They're valid human beings the same. And in fact, they are the victims of usually serial killers, often, right? So it seems like if they paid a little bit more attention to those, maybe they could catch some of these serial killers. Okay, so this first one is not one of those. But there was way back this happened in September 15th, 1991. I was able to find a little bit about her. Hold on a second. There we go. Sheronda Norris. Okay, so Sheronda Norris, 21, of Columbus, formerly of Zanesville, was found dead at 4:32 p.m. Monday, September 16th, 1991. Now, doesn't this sound familiar, Stacy? Listen to this. Angler Road, east of Sunbury Road. Isn't that crazy right there? I mean, just that. Those two things are right in the Beitelman case, those two streets. She lived in the Columbus area for 7 years, born June 30th, 1970, in Zanesville. She was the daughter of Linda Norris of Columbus and the late George Daniel Curtis. There's very little in the paper. There was this one. Now listen to this. Strangulation has been determined as the cause of death of Sheronda K. Norris, 21, of Columbus, formerly of Zanesville. Norris' partially clad body was found September 16th on Angler Road, east of Sunbury Road. Detective Bob McDonald of Franklin County Sheriff's Department Detective Bureau said the death is still being investigated. McDonald said a few other female bodies found in similar condition have not been linked to Norris's death. Okay, well, I'm going to show you that location. Look at this. Like, this is where Janice and her son Brandon were found. Smothered, Brandon, and Janice strangled. And here is Sunbury Road, and that's Angler Road. As soon as I heard Angler, I was like, I know what that road is. And she was found just east of there. Now, it said that she was found on a road leading to this middle school, which seems like it would almost be here, but that's Sunbury Road, and apparently she was found off of Angler Road east of Sunbury. So it's either right down in here or maybe around here, somewhere in this area, but it's right next to the location Janice was and her son were killed randomly after spending, you'll see it in the Nefarious video, but they kind of were just spending a normal day visiting family and friends in the neighborhood, and then eventually at the end of the night she was going to go to the store, but that store would have been closed at about that time. She probably wouldn't have known that. I think it was a Kroger's, and she went missing in a half-hour period. She was abducted somehow, and somewhere right around in this area people heard screams, and a car went through the barricade over here, and it probably drove down in this area and then used this trail right here to dump the body of Brandon and Janice down here. And they were, smothered and strangled. Now we've got another body that was dumped right in that same area. It is 10 years later, but that's definitely within a reasonable range. Like if the guy was 30, they'd be 40, or 30, 35, 45. It's not that strange, but it's right in that area. And what was the other location here? Oh yeah, her aunt lived right here. So apparently she was at her aunt's house, and she was heading, I can't remember exactly where she was heading, but look at how the aunt is right in amongst the Beitelman case too. So if you got the aunt here, and then she's found, it wouldn't shock me a bit if those two are related. That's just way too close right there. Have murdered bodies just right in the same area. I mean, it is over a 10 year gap in between. Hey, thanks, JP. Appreciate it. And that's her right there. She was actually really pretty. The area of Angler Road and Sunbury Road. And this detail here says Sheronda Norris' body was found at 5 p.m. on September 16, 1991. Her nude body was discovered by a passing motorist lying just off the roadway at Angler Road, just east of Sunbury Road. So it's like, that's Sunbury, off Angler, just east. So it's, I feel like it's right there. But then in a later article it said a drive leading to Mufflin Middle School. So maybe back in 1991 there was something, I don't know, from over here that led in. It's hard to say. According to her family, Sheronda was last seen alive on September 15, 1991, and was reportedly going to her aunt's house. So that was the aunt's house, East 23rd. So she was actually heading there, not leaving there, in Columbus, but never arrived. So it's similar too, right? Like she's sort of doing stuff and she's supposed to go somewhere but never makes it. And that's similar to the Beitelman case. The events leading up to her death are sketchy. Therefore, investigators are attempting to locate anyone who had contact with Sheronda Norris before her death, or who may have information regarding the murder. Alright, so there's that one. Let's see. Then there's another article that was in it's kind of written by a person that's just like a blogger, Chasing Destino. I don't know if it's like for psychics, but it actually has a breakdown of the case in here and a little bit of a map. See, in this case here, they do have it down Sunbury Road, not Angler. So they have it right there. See how, I don't know if you can even see that, but that's Angler Road, and then it goes down Sunbury. So they have it like this down here, and then there's that school. So it matches a little bit what one of the articles said that I was looking at. So this thing says, 21-year-old Sharonda Norris of Columbus, Ohio, was last seen alive by her family on September 15, 1991. She was on her way to her aunt's house, but never arrived. A bus driver found her body on the afternoon of September 16, 1991. The coroner determined that she had been strangled and left in the area of Angler and Sunbury Roads. The police are not sure what happened after she left her house. They did say that the case could be connected to several other cases. No one has said which cases, and the writer said, but I think that Norris's case would be connected to Frances Smith, Janet Amar, and Renee Combs. So now it's sort of interesting to look those up to see if they seem like Beitelman as well. So I might check those out. There have not been any suspects or arrests. No one knows or has said if she was seen with anyone before her death. Norris was about to be served, this part's interesting, she was about to be served a warrant for aggravated burglary. The warrant was vacated shortly after her death. She was a former go-go dancer who was trying to get her life back on track. Norris wanted to provide a better life for herself and her young son, who was 2 at the time. Do you think her death was related to the burglary? Yeah, maybe. Somebody asked here. And here's a bigger picture of her right there. Okay, and here's one more article. The 1991 murder of Columbus woman whose body was found on a roadside is the latest case to receive the attention of Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine's Unsolved Homicide Initiative. See, what he did, what Mike DeWine did, every state should do. They took all the cold cases and put them on a website repository for people to look at. A passing motorist discovered the body of Sheronda Norris on September 16, 1991 on the side of Angler Road, just east of Sunbury Road. According to the family, she was last seen alive the previous day when she was reportedly going to her aunt's house on East 23rd Avenue, but never arrived. Investigators with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office continue to search for anyone who may have information regarding the crime and would like to speak with anyone who may have any information, including anyone who had contact with Norris prior to her death. Detectives with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office can be reached at 614-525-3333. All right, so that case was interesting as I started looking into it because it's right next to a case that was 10 years prior, and it's all in the same area. And it might be interesting to look at those other 5 cases, or 4 or whatever, that were mentioned on that previous blog there to see if they're related. Let's see. Okay, so we got that. And again, if you just joined us, this is where Sheronda's body was found, somewhere right around in this area. And right here is where Janice and Brandon's body were found 10 years prior. And as you can see, her aunt is right there. And all these other pins are related to the Beitelmans. It's just all in here. This little area here. You know, if you pan out, it's interesting. So I'm definitely going to go back and check those other cases that lady mentioned on that blog. All right, now this is also on the website. I was going through, on that repository site, and there's probably more. I just found these three. Two of them have 0 newspaper articles. So we'll take a look at these and we can decide if we think they might be related. All right, here we go. This one is Kathryn Jo Hill. It's an unsolved homicide. On November 5th, 1990, the partially nude body of 26-year-old Kathryn Hill was found in the rear parking lot of a truck stop located near the Ohio Turnpike in Lake Township, Wood County, Ohio. Let's see where that is. I'll just type that in. Okay, that's the Ohio Turnpike. Let me just put a pin there. And then that way I know that is the Ohio Turnpike, and then it says Wood County. Oh, so that's in Wood County. All right, let's see. Truck stops. All right, so it's probably right here, one of these. Because if you look at that, that's the Ohio Turnpike, and it was off of that. And here we go. I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of these right here. So we'll just put a pin down here and just say a truck stop. Hill was allegedly, she was alleged to be a prostitute, but we call them sex workers, working the truck stops in the exit 5 area. Let's see if that's what this is. Let's see if we just randomly got that right. Oh, I went on top here. I could see that there was an exit number there, but I couldn't read it. Let's see. Well, that's exit 71. Is it, it's saying exit 5. How far is the Ohio Turnpike? I don't think exit 5 would be in that county, though. Look at it, because the county ends right there. There's no way that would work. Unless this state has something, if the other direction isn't the same. Let's see. Go this way. Has to be right here. That says 71 too. Yeah, so this is the Ohio Turnpike right here. In this county. And it only goes through the county right there. So there's no way there could be an exit 5. Well, it can't be that because it's on the Ohio Turnpike. So that would be 80. Well, there's another Fremont Pike. Let's see. Ohio Turnpike. It's right there, yeah. Yeah. See, and this is right on the edge of the county. I don't know. Maybe they changed it since then. I don't know. It's in this county, though. Wood County, Ohio. Miss Hill was allegedly a sex worker working... Oh, well, actually, I guess it could be working at the exit 5 area. So we don't even know if that's in the same county. This is just where she was. See, first they mentioned where she was found. So maybe she was picked up at exit 5. So let's go way over here and see what this is. Actually, that's the other direction, man. Okay. Yep, that's still it right there. So what I think is she worked a truck stop on exit 5, but her body was found at a different location. I guess we won't really know for sure. Truck stop located near the Ohio Turnpike in Lake Township. Alright, let's see what this is. So this is 39. Let's see what this one says. I wish Google Earth had an actual... told you the mile markers on it. 25. I don't know. We don't really have a trucker that comes on here, Holly. I'm not sure where you got that from. Yeah. Well, I know what it is. I'm just trying to find it the way I want to find it. So now we're in a whole different place. Maybe 80 switched off somewhere. Anyways, let's just go with... It might not be the same location. They sure as hell didn't have it correctly. It might not even be right in here. There's a lot of errors that I found in this on this website. So when they say 5 here, maybe they meant to put another number. It really happens all the time. So the cause of death after autopsy is undetermined, although the victim had sustained a right occipital scalp lacerations. That's the back of her head, a big slice on it. Contusion to the right eye, and nasal and chin abrasions. Thanks, Carolina Carla. It's always a little slower on the nights where we're doing non-delphi. DNA evidence was recovered and has been entered into CODIS. So they do have DNA. I wonder what their motivation level is to go get this DNA, test it. I mean, why not just immediate? If I was in law enforcement, I would get the likely serial killer DNAs all tested first. I don't care that you don't think that the victims are as important or anything like that. But people who kill sex workers are normally serial killers. I'll say that with confidence. It isn't just some John that goes, oh, I didn't want to pay, so I'm going to kill you. Now, serial killers know that they're going to get into their vehicle, and now they are completely under their control at that time. Don't forget, this is all for supporting the channel, and that's right. And it also helps charity, too, not just at my channel. So thanks, JP up there and Carolina Carla. All right, so we have that one. This is November 5th, 1990. I'll put her name on this one. Hold on. Kathryn Jo Hill. And we'll put the date and everything so we can... Kathryn Jo Hill, truck stop, and it was also the date 1990. Oh, what happened to the... Okay. So that was the first one, and there's another one that doesn't have any information on it. And that one is Patricia Anita Corley. Alright, so let's read this one. On 1990, April 19th, the body of 29-year-old Patrice Corley was found behind the parking lot of a truck stop. Wow, I don't know why that sounds so familiar. 20 miles east of Columbus at the intersection of SR 37 and Interstate 70. Alright, so let's see where that one is. SR 37 and I-70. Alright, let's do SR 37 Ohio. Yeah, no problem. Dana Dane, the artist. Oh, there's Highway 71 right there. Here, I'm just gonna throw another pin down there. Ohio 37. And then I-70 Ohio. Yeah. See, sometimes I wonder if they make mistakes again, because look how there's a 71 right next to it. This one, and that one, Ohio 37 runs right into it, but they put 70, where 70 is actually perpendicular, or not perpendicular, it's parallel with it, but maybe it runs into it down here. Let's see. There's 70. $37. Oh yeah, there's 37 right there. And there's 70. I don't know if they ever cross over each other. Let me see. SR 37 Ohio. See, there's SR 37 Ohio. Okay. And there's 70. And then 37 just goes to right there. Oh, wait, there's 37 again. And does it continue? I hate when it's not just something really simple where they do, it's 37 and it looks like 37 stops maybe, well there it is, 30, wait, there's 37, there we go. Now this is going to work. 37 and then boom. Okay, there we go. That worked. Can't believe it. So that would have been Canal Greenway Covered Bridge. Let's see. That was right there. Okay, so this is 37 and 70. And this is the truck stop. Boom. Gotta love Google, man. Just, and this is the case of Patricia Anita Corley. It's 1990. 04 something. 0419. Is this interesting for you guys? Yeah, hey Richard, truckers aren't bad news, okay? But being a trucker, the truth is a trucker is the perfect job for a serial killer, okay? It doesn't mean, like, but 99% of truckers are good people. It just happens to be the perfect job for a serial killer. You just drive around, you pick up a prostitute or a sex worker at one of the truck stops. You do whatever you're doing. You dump them at another place, and you just keep on driving. So, you know, maybe that's what Richard's trying to say, because we've seen about 1,000 different times where there's a trucker who's a serial killer. So, yeah, like I'm saying, like I've said 1,000 times, 99% of truckers are good. Just like 99.9% or 99% of all cops are good, but there are bad people everywhere. Most cops, there aren't anywhere near as many serial killer cops as there are truckers, though. I think we can all agree with that, right? Okay. So there's that one. Wait, that's not... Jesus, that just flew so far away right there. Wow. Somehow that one I just did got lost. Let me go to I-70 again. No, that's perfect, just like that. Okay. So this one, it must be in a totally different folder. Yeah, look at that. That's like... Alright, so that's the other location up there-ish. And so it's right there. Let's see how many miles of it. Truckers don't, it doesn't matter for them though. How many miles or... So that's 120 miles away. And so 29-year-old Patrice Corley was found behind the parking lot of a truck stop 20 miles east of Columbus at the intersection of SR 37 and Interstate 70. The other case was exactly the same thing. Behind, you know, it's behind the truck stop. All right, so here's a third one that I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it has sort of a similar ring to it. On February 2nd, 1991, Hawking, so this is February 2nd, 1991. The other two were, it was 1990. So it was November, April, November, and then this is 3 months after that. On February 2nd, 1991, Hawking County Sheriff deputies responded to a report that 3 suspects had located a body, subjects, not suspects, had located a body over an embankment next to a pull-off on Lick Run Hill on State Route 278. And the thing is, I think I tried to find that spot. It was pretty difficult, but let's see. It was Lick Run Hill. Yeah, it's like out in this area somewhere. Over an embankment next to a pull-off. See, that's what a trucker would be able to do that. On Lick Run Hill on State Route 278 South. All right, so let's see. State Route 278 South. Alright, there's Ohio 278. And then it's in Star Township. Okay. Wow, so 278 goes way down. Yeah, it's still 278 right there. So somewhere off of here. And this case is the case of Patrice D. Braxton Fedock. $1991. 0202. That's probably just somewhere around in here. Probably not going to get the exact location. Ohio approximately 1.5 miles. Well, there you go. We can get that one. Ohio approximately 1.5 miles from the city limits of Nelsonville. Okay, now we can. There's Nelsonville. There's the city limits, but it's on that road. So let's just say that that was the spot. Right there. Ding, 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 ding. That's 0.82. Yeah, and I don't know what's considered city limits, but if that's 1.5 miles from sort of the edge of town, you know, it's probably more like in this area then. That's a little bit closer. So if it was a trucker or somebody like that, they could have pulled off. And I don't know if this road is very truck friendly though. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know if I'd be wanting to bring a semi down there. Looks like maybe that's even a park, perhaps. Alright, so now I'll finish the rest of it. Upon deputies' arrival, they found the body of a white female in an early stage of decomposition. The body was sent to the Franklin County Coroner's Office for an autopsy. The female body was identified as Patrice Braxton Fedock of Columbus, Ohio. According to the coroner, Patricia's body had been outside for approximately 4 weeks. Patrice had a criminal history of sex working, and anyone with additional information is encouraged to leave a tip or contact the Hocking County Sheriff's Office. So I could see how these might be related. You know, that's the thing. Even though she wasn't dumped off at a truck stop, we have 3 sex workers in a 5 or 6 month period all having their bodies dumped somewhere. You know, 2 of them were at truck stops, but we don't even know if that was the truck stop that they were killed at, where they just dumped there and it was convenient that they were in a truck. This road might be harder to navigate with a semi truck than a freeway off ramp. Good night, Richard Watts. Okay, so that was the 3 that I found so far. I guess what we'll do is we'll keep that folder open, and if I find more, we'll just keep adding to it. See if we can sort of map out maybe where there was a trucker that was killing women, sex workers, at various truck stops or other locations. Yeah. All right. So I've got one larger one that I was going to go over. It was a case of an individual named Alexander Harris, 7-year-old, and out of California. That's where they were from, but he went missing in Nevada. All right, so I'm just going to go through these articles, and that'll be it for the night. It's kind of a slow night anyways. You know what I mean? You put stuff together and it's got to feel worth it. But that's all I've got anyways. So if you guys just want to hold on, I'll get through this one, and I'm going to go watch the replay of the Blazer game that I didn't even realize was on until the last 20 minutes of the game, and it was another epic ending by Damian Lillard, an MVP candidate. Hey Gene, we don't keep needing your analysis every 2 seconds of every little minor detail. I keep reading your comments. We need to consider the MO. We need to do this. You should start your own channel, I think. It'd be awesome. Alright, here we go. This is the new case. Boy 7, object of search in the Las Vegas area. Alright, police searched this wide open desert area west of Las Vegas Friday for a 7-year-old California boy. Witnesses said was last seen the night before as he left a video arcade in a casino with a male stranger. This is 1987. Thanks, Carolina Carla. Yeah, we've seen cases where semi trucks got stuck because the roads were too narrow and windy. All right, Jane. So it's just nitpicking, too much nitpicking. Very well could have been a trucker on that smaller road. We just don't know. I'm just saying the main thing was that they were all 3 sex workers that were within a less than a year period. They were all 3 dumped in Ohio, and they're all from the same area. Yeah. The boy, Alexander Harris, disappeared from the arcade at Whiskey Pete's Best Western Hotel. I think I found that. There it is. So here we go. We're going all the way over to... I mean, look at this little tiny town in Nevada. Look at that damn thing. Probably just over the border from California. Yeah, it is. Wow. It's like on the border. This purple line right here is the border. This line right there is the border of California right there. So they're literally, I mean, you could be standing right at the edge of this parking lot and then you're in California. So this is the casino that they were at, still called Whiskey Pete's. See that? Kind of like this 3D Google Earth stuff. I don't think Google Earth made this model though. This is one that somebody made and placed there. That's why it's so perfect. The shapes, they don't do that on their scanning. Alright. Officer D. Morgan of the Las Vegas Police Department said detectives were looking for the boy Friday but declined to release further details. Right now, the detectives are still investigating the case, he said. We'll put out more information later. DeBolt said young Alexander vanished just moments before he was to leave the casino hotel with his mother and grandparents, who planned to drive to a relative's home in San Bernardino. His mother left the video arcade to get me and my wife, and when she came back, he was gone. Yeah, so this is 1987. Alexander, who wears thick eyeglasses and whose right eye wanders noticeably, had light brown hair, brown eyes, stands about 4'5", and weighs about 60 pounds, his grandfather said. When last seen, he was wearing a red jacket with black stripes, a turquoise polo shirt, jeans, and white high-top tennis shoes. DeBolt said several witnesses saw his grandson leave the casino video arcade hand in hand with a man who appeared to be about 35 years old. Because the man looked like he might be the boy's father, the witnesses didn't try to stop him. Well, why did you even notice, really? I mean, so this is the kid right here. A joyous family reunion has turned into an agonizing wait for a San Bernardino woman whose grandson disappeared Friday at State Line, Nevada, in the company of a male stranger. Witnesses have come forward with a description of the man, but there has been no word on his whereabouts or those of her 7-year-old great-grandson, said Dorothy Lyle of San Bernardino. The FBI is investigating the case as a kidnapping, she said. The boy, Alexander Harris of Mountain View, disappeared after his mother, Roxanne Harris, 28, lost sight of him for a minute or two while the family members were getting ready to leave a casino where they had stopped for half an hour to drop a couple of quarters. The boy is 4'7". I think that means like you're playing slot machines and you say, we're going to drop a couple of quarters. The boy is 4'7" and weighs 60 pounds. He has light brown hair and dark brown eyes. He wears glasses and was clad in a red jacket, turquoise polo shirt, jeans, and white top Nikes. The man seen with the boy was described as about 5'8", weighing about 175 pounds, with brown hair, combed forward. Come on, Gene, you're supposed to throw one of your comments in. Maybe his hair was actually combed backwards and that he had... oh, shit. Was wearing a brown jacket with a membership-only label and jeans. Lyle said about 100 family members met for a holiday reunion Thursday at Baker, a community founded by her family forebears. Lyle returned to her home in Highland while the boy, his mother, and grandparents drove on into Nevada for an overnight stay before driving to San Bernardino the following day. Lyle said Roxanne Harris works full-time and attends night classes in California State University, San Jose. When Alexander comes to San Bernardino for a visit, we go to Disneyland together, Lyle said. He rides the Space Mountain with me and the Matterhorn. I see him as often as I can. Recalling the boy's birth, Lyle said he was 3 months premature and weighed less than 2 pounds. We went to the hospital, held him in our arms, and had told him we loved him, trying to give him the will to live, Lyle said. He had health problems, but he survived all of these things. That's why he has the right to live. He kind of looks like a little bit like Kyron Horman, you know, now that I think about it. You know, just the glasses, the age kind of thing. Yes, everybody. Just think of me as a small cup of coffee. Yeah, he's a little kid. Alright, so now we're moving on to the 30th. He's still missing. FBI joins the search. The FBI was called in Sunday to help find a 7-year-old California boy seen leaving a casino near the California-Nevada border with a stranger. The federal agency began actively investigating the disappearance of Alexander Harris at 8 a.m., but other details were unavailable according to Metro Police and the FBI office in Las Vegas. Meanwhile, detectives aided by a helicopter and search and rescue team scoured the area 30 miles south of Las Vegas where the boy vanished Friday morning. No clues or tips have been forthcoming in the case. Then we move it to December 1st. The FBI has advised the mother of a 7-year-old boy kidnapped at State Line, Nevada, to be prepared to fly out of state at any time. There are some things we're looking into, said the FBI spokesman Tom Nicodemus. We're checking some out-of-state leads. Family members are hoping for the best, and Dorothy Lyle of San Bernardino, or that's what she said. She is the great-grandmother of Alexander Harris, who disappeared Friday. Near collapse from the ordeal, the boy's mother, Roxanne Harris, 28, of Mountain View, was taken to a hospital for treatment in Las Vegas, where she's staying. In a statement meant for the kidnapper, Lyle said, Harris urged, please take care of him, don't hurt him. Be sure he wears his glasses. The boy, born 3 months premature, suffers from a lazy eye, which tends to drift sideways if he doesn't wear his glasses. Alexander was abducted from a video arcade while his mother and grandparents, Mr. and Mrs. Ralph DeBolt of Mountain View, were preparing to leave the casino where they had stopped briefly to drop a couple of quarters. See, that must make them feel really guilty. Yeah, or hot chocolate, right? Right, because basically the main goal of this channel is to, put out information on cold cases, active cases, missing persons. We donate a ton of money to charity and raise money, and also some of it goes to my channel so they can keep doing it. Because I do a 3-hour show every night and I prepare for it, unlike the other channels that you watch. They just kind of go, yep, and hit the live button and then start freewheeling it. Okay, I actually prepare for it, so I have to have it where it's worth it to do it every single night, or I won't be able to do it. All right, I've contemplated a few different times, like, could I do this full time? And the reason you can't do it full time are nights like this, because you just go, whoa, what if this was like a string of nights, and then you realize that you wouldn't be able to do it. So that's why it's like, if I could get the membership way up there and I wouldn't care as much, like if I had 1,000 members, then I wouldn't care. But since I don't, I have to work try to get the super chats and the channel memberships and basically that's it. There's very little ad revenue on true crime channels. As a matter of fact, I just saw on my channel that the last 40 videos in a row have the yellow symbol, meaning that they're not appropriate for all ads. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. Why wouldn't the conversations with Colleen Fitzpatrick be okay for ad revenue? I must be on silent or mute or something. Not one comment coming in has anything to do with. Let's see. In a statement, let's see, which one is this? He's got the Prince Valiant haircut, we used to call it. Thanks, Rachel White. Yeah. I just don't really... YouTube is... I don't know. There's a whole thing on it now. I don't understand it. There's IDTV, right? They don't even put effort in. They just have these editors that make it look kind of cool and cute and everything. And they're inaccurate, where you've actually got YouTubers, not a ton of them, but a few of us that actually give a shit about being accurate. And we try to put the information out there in a way that's literally something that people can look at and go, okay, this is it. Okay, I figured it out now. I mean, it just shows you, for example, I'm just telling you, there's other YouTubers that were just covering the Delphi case that really were disrespectful by not taking any time at all to get the factual information and just used a willy-nilly newspaper article that came out that described what happened. Okay, you can't do it like that. Okay? I don't know. What they should do is have respect for the people that have been covering it for 4 years and maybe reach out to them and say, hey, can you help me out here? I need to know the layout and what was going on, instead of reading a freaking HLN article. Okay? That kind of crap drives me nuts. right? Now, unless, though, you put in a lot of effort on your own to figure it out yourself. Because I don't like to watch other YouTubers or anything like that. I find out about a case, and then I just read about it. Like what we're doing right now, I downloaded about, I don't know, what is it, about 12 newspaper articles, and we're just going to go through it together and try to figure out what we can about this case right here. Thanks, Rachel White, Carolina Carla, Alley Cake. I'm just telling you, man, when you see a channel that just does something like that, you should just really be wary, because then you don't know what was the case that they didn't get busted on, where people in the chat were like, hey, no, that's not right. Which one was it, you know? Because they might not have known about it at all, and then you just go, wow. Yeah. Well, most of the drama channels have become purely drama. There's no more crama. Remember the crama, like the crime drama? I thought that was disgusting, to be honest with you. Crama? What do you mean? You're going to make actual crime, true crime, into drama? Wow. Like you're going to spend your whole night arguing. It was really amazing what was going on. And me bitching here isn't drama. I'm just telling you the truth. This is literally, it's mind-boggling. That's all I can tell you. All right, Alexander was abducted from a video arcade while his mother and grandparent, Mr. and Mrs. Ralph DeBolt of Mountain View, were preparing to leave. Remember, they were going to drop some quarters. The boy is 4'7", 60 pounds, and has light brown hair, dark brown eyes. He was wearing a red jacket, turquoise polo shirt, jeans, and white high-top Nikes. Witnesses described the kidnapper as 5'8", 175, with brown hair combed forward, which is weird because it's a little bit like this, right? Like this image right here of the sketch right here kind of looks like that. I mean, isn't that weird? This looks like this. Even though it's not an adult, it's just bizarre how it's almost a bowl cut straight down, and that's what he had. Yeah, well, I'll call you an idiot again, Stephen, if you bring it up. Because sometimes people say stuff that's just idiotic, you know? But thanks, I'm glad you enjoy it. Alright, the FBI reported no new leads Tuesday in the search for a 7-year-old California boy seen leaving a casino near the California-Nevada border with a stranger last Friday. Awesome. That's good, Stephen. That's it. You see, because the next day, we're all right back at square one again. That's what we're doing here. Think of my channel like Thanksgiving dinner, all right? That's what it is. You go to Thanksgiving, you get into an argument with somebody, and then at the end, you're sitting around watching football games, and you're all back the next year, right? That's what it's like here. It's the freak family, right? So, you know, every once in a while, somebody gets pissed off at me in there. I just happen to have the mic and run the channel, so I have an advantage there. You know, that's my lucky. That's the thing. But just ask Gene Fish, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe if you had a green label on yourself, Stephen, you'd be one. But we don't see that yet. You need to have access to the little miniature. You know the symbol next to Dana Dane right there. Actually, I'll make it bigger. It was really weird. This thing right here. I was doing a case, and I saw it, and I go, God, that looks just like me. Look at that. It's got the visor, the goatee, headphones even. But it turns out that was just, when I saw it, it was actually just paint on a lock on a gate. But it looked so much like me, I couldn't believe it, so I kept it, and everybody just went, "Oh my God, that is you! It is you!" So now it's an actual emoji. Hey, is the bot working today? Because it is connected, it says. And I'm even watching it moving around. It should be connected. Oh yeah, it's working. I see it. Yeah, Jennifer's when you're a mod, it just stays blue. You don't get to have the neat little green color. Alright, so let's go back to this. Both Las Vegas police and FBI said they were pursuing leads in the disappearance of Alexander Harris and asked for help from the public in locating the boy. FBI spokesman Tom Nicodemus said the agency was treating the incident as a kidnapping because all the indications pointed in that direction. The FBI began activity investigating the disappearance Sunday, 2 days after the youth disappeared from Whiskey Pete's Best Western Hotel. You know, I'd rather look at it from a street view so we can actually... right there, actually. Look at that. It goes into the parking lot. And so it's right there. It's not a bad model, really. Look at Whiskey Pete's, the whole... right up there at the top. It's interesting, isn't it? That there's a truck. Man. You know, a trucker goes in there, walks out with a kid, puts him in his truck, and he's gone. And again, that's the other 1%. Right, JP? Yeah. The boy disappeared from an arcade at the casino, according to his grandfather. Witnesses saw the boy leave the casino video arcade hand in hand with a man who appeared to be about 35 years old, the Bolt said. The grandfather said the boy vanished from the casino moments before he was to leave with his mother and grandparents. And they were going to drive back to San Bernardino. Meanwhile, Roxanne Harris, Alexander's mother, said she had no idea why anyone would abduct the boy. Well, predators would. "I don't know why anyone would take my son," she said. "Have no enemies that I know of." Alexander, who wears thick eyeglasses and whose right eye wanders noticeably, has light brown hair, brown eyes, stands 4'5", and 60 pounds. When last seen, he was wearing a red jacket with black stripes, turquoise polo shirt, jeans, and white high-top tennis shoes. Police released 2 sketches below of a suspect in the disappearance of Alexander Harris. Those are quite a bit different, these 2 sketches here. Let me see if there's anything right on the border. Does it say something like leaving Nevada? I bet it does right there. So you can actually see the purple line coming up right here. And see, look at, they're going to go to San Bernardino. And then thanks for visiting Nevada, and then welcome to California. Yeah, it's just right there. Interesting location for a predator to choose. It's just so... It's not even really close. Let's see how far it is to Las Vegas. Or even just the edge of it. Yeah, I mean, that's 30-something miles away. Yeah, well, yeah, basically all the sketches have, you know, the glasses, the hair, they all look the same, right? Mother of missing boy, hopeful he's still alive. The mother of a 7-year-old California boy who disappeared from a casino Thursday says she's still hopeful her son is alive. I hope he was taken by someone who always wanted a little boy and is taking good care of him. I'm pretty hopeful. I think he's still out there somewhere. Police reported no solid leads in their search for Alexander Harris, who was last seen last Friday with an unidentified man leaving the Whiskey Pete's Best Western Hotel Casino at the California-Nevada border. Oh, thanks, Rec 1. Let's see. Wow, I just watched your video about my sister today, and you are live tonight. What are the odds? Her name is Tiffany Saburin, who you covered her death back in October 2020. Ah, well, let me. You want to maybe come on the show sometime and talk about it? I mean, I could go back and look it up again. I cover so many cases that it's hard for them to all pop into my head again. But the name sounds really familiar. But I really appreciate the super chat there. Would you like to maybe come on the show on Zoom one of these days and talk about it? If you don't, it's okay too. I know some people aren't comfortable with that. And I'll go back and revisit it and get it all back dialed in again. Well, there was pretty good odds though, Rec 1, because I do live shows every single night of the week. Usually 3 hours too, so. What are the odds? Here, let me see. Let me see if it'll just... I have all of these folders in here. Yeah, there it is. Missouri. It'll ring a bell if I get right back to the... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Actually, I know this one well because this is one I think that... I don't know if it was... Who that was. Was that you, Jennifer Rochelle? That we talked about this one? Yeah. And she was found down here somewhere, I think. Or where? Somewhere right... No, it was right here on this water tower. I remember this now. I don't remember all the specific details of it. But I kind of remember she... Yeah, that's right. She was babysitting. That's right. And... Yeah, that's interesting. I could easily get caught back up on that again. Oh, okay. Is there any update on that case? Oh, you were her 11-year-old brother, huh? Any information on that? Are they still working it, or? Anyways, thank you very much. Really appreciate supporting the channel. If you ever feel like you want to, though, and you've got information that you think would help, I'd appreciate it. Yeah. And I'm sorry for your loss. I mean, what a ridiculous way that went down. I remember it. There was a couple guys in there. I mean, it's almost... I mean, let's see. How many months ago was that? About 4 or 5 months ago at this point. It wasn't that long ago. I remember that night we discussed this. There was somebody in the chat that had been there before, knew the different locations. I don't know if that was Jennifer or somebody else. Seems like it was Jennifer, though. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to heal. That's good. It's good to know. Sometimes it's difficult for people without actual answers. So I'm glad you were able to do that. Yeah, she was found on camp. I just showed you, Zozo. It's right here. Anyway, sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. If you ever feel like it, though, let me know, and I'll have you on. You know, if it ever gets solved, maybe that would be a good time. Alright, I'm going to get back to... So the mother was hopeful here. Ah, well, thanks. Thank you very much. Very cool. And very generous of you. Thank you very much. Police reported no solid leads in their search for Alexander Harris, who was last seen last Friday with an unidentified man leaving the Whiskey Pete's Best Western Hotel Casino at the California-Nevada border. Alright, then we're moving about almost 4 weeks later. Kidnapped boy found dead. Man, it just sucks. The body of a Mountain View boy believed to have been kidnapped from Whiskey Pete's Casino near California-Nevada border a month ago has been found beneath a mobile home near the Desert Gambling Center. The body was discovered lying face down in the dirt at about 11:30 a.m. Wednesday by a gardener who was checking the sprinkler system at a mobile home park for Whiskey Pete employees. So let's see if we can determine where that is. Hold on a second. So these are the employees. I mean, this is the building. So the employees would be, you know, you wonder if it was over here. Let me go back down to Street View. Now it looks like truckers again. That's a little bit strange too. So it might have been an employee. Not a trucker in this case. So that's the hotel. I wonder if they stayed. Let me go back. So what this year was 1987. I can go to 1994. And let me get rid of this 3D crap for a second. Alright. Hey, you kind of wonder if that was it, or... Yeah, I don't really see the mobile home park, but apparently it's right in this area. The body was found under the trailer of casino president. Oh man, so somebody was trying to make him look at that. The body was found under the trailer of casino president Gary Prim, who police said was not a suspect in the disappearance. The body was identified by Austin Linek. Let's see, let me read that next, the previous paragraph. The body was discovered lying face down in the dirt about 11:30 a.m. Wednesday by a gardener who was checking the sprinkler system at a mobile home park for Whiskey Pete's employees. Body was found under the trailer of casino president Gary Prim, who police said was not a suspect in the disappearance, November 27th, of 7-year-old Alexander Harris. The body was identified by Austin Linus, a relative of the boy. The body was brought to Las Vegas, where positive identification will be made. Whiskey Pete's is 50 miles southwest of Las Vegas in the California-Nevada border. Police Captain Paul Connor said clothing on the body matched the clothing worn by the youngster, so the red jacket, turquoise polo shirt, worn by the youngster on the day of his disappearance, A pair of prescription glasses was also found at the site. The boy's mother, Roxanne Harris, has been staying in Las Vegas with a relative since the month-long ordeal began. Miss Harris has been separated from the boy's father, Thomas Rogers, for nearly 4 years. Rogers, who lives in San Diego, was contacted by federal authorities shortly after the boy was abducted and was ruled out as a suspect. In Mountain View, the boy's grandfather, Ben DeBolt, said, "We haven't really heard anything other than someone found a child's body. Our immediate attention is just to get down to Las Vegas. Right now I'm facing the kind of shock that I remember in Whiskey Pete's the night it happened." Authorities said it's possible the body was recently dumped at the location. A backhoe was used to lift the trailer so police could examine the spot where the boy was found. The boy was abducted from the video arcade of the casino and was last seen with a man about 35 years old. Witnesses said the boy did not put up a struggle as he walked out with his abductor. It's kind of interesting. I mean, at 7 years old, you should be aware, or you think you'd be aware that this person isn't who you need to be walking with casually. Whiskey Pete's issued a statement Wednesday extending deepest sympathy to the Harris family and to avoid a lawsuit. Now, boy's body found under mobile home. This is another one the same day. The body of a 7-year-old Mountain View boy who vanished last month was discovered under a mobile home about a quarter mile from a casino. Okay, so let's see. Quarter mile from a casino. Yeah, I mean, there's nowhere to go. Maybe it's right there. That looks like that could be it, doesn't it? Let's see. Oh yeah, that's definitely what that is. There's nothing there now, but you can see these little... That's where the mobile homes would have been. Looks like they got rid of it. Right? Like, those are mobile home streets, and I think this is where... I don't know if that's where the electricity outlets are, but I would bet money that's what that is. And they're gone in 2005. So that was it. That's the mobile home park. And there's not going to be any Street View archive either. Yeah, they even had a basketball court in there too. Man, that looks like this town just went to hell is what happened. Authorities said the victim, Alexander Harris, was found about 11:30 a.m. Wednesday by a gardener checking sprinklers at the Whiskey Pete's Western Hotel Casino. The hotel casino is located outside Jean, Nevada, along Interstate 15. The youngster, a student at Benjamin Budd Elementary School in Mountain View, disappeared November 27th from a video arcade inside the casino. Rod Flood, Chief Deputy Coroner of Clark County, said the youngster's glasses had been found near his fully clothed body. Roberta Stalin, a spokeswoman for the hotel, said the trailer was among about a dozen used as living quarters for off-duty management employees. The body was beneath a trailer that had been occupied at the time Alexander disappeared. The cause of the boy's death will not be known until an autopsy Thursday, authorities said. James Weller, who heads the FBI office in Las Vegas, said there were no obvious signs at the scene to suggest how the boy died. He said that even though the victim apparently had not been taken across a state line, the agency would continue to aid in the investigation. The hotel casino is often a stopping-off point for motorists driving between California and Las Vegas. Ralph DeBolt, Alexander's grandfather, said the boy's uncle, Austin Linus, has identified the body. Speaking from his Mountain View home before flying to Las Vegas on Wednesday night, DeBolt said Linus was returning to San Diego on I-15 when he noticed lots of activity by police cars and a helicopter in the area and stopped to see what was going on. DeBolt said, right up to the end, we all had been hopeful that Alex would be found alive. Police said the boy had attended a family reunion in Nevada with his mother, Roxanne, and grandparents over Thanksgiving. They were all en route to visit a relative in San Bernardino before heading home when they stopped at the casino. See, that's every one of these cases that we cover when there's a kid that gets murdered. There's always something in the story that had it just been a little different, they would be alive. But there's nothing wrong with stopping at a casino, right? And having a little fun for a few minutes before you finish your trip off. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's something, I guarantee it, that they're always going to remember. Had we just not stopped at that casino, right? But they didn't do anything wrong, so they shouldn't feel guilty about it. However, there's no way they won't feel guilty about it. You're always going to say, God, we could have just kept driving. Let's see. She said she and her son had played video games in the casino for about 30 minutes, according to police. Then she left the arcade about 10:30 a.m. to find her mother and stepfather in the adjoining casino. She said that when she returned to the arcade about 20 minutes later, Alexander was missing. Witnesses told the family that they'd seen the boy leave the arcade hand in hand with a man they assumed to be his father. That was the last time Alexander was seen alive. Police contacted Alexander's father, Thomas Rogers of San Diego, and they were satisfied that he knew nothing about his son's whereabouts. Another uncle of the boy, Cyrus Harris of Mountain View, said it was unlike Alex to go off with someone. Yeah, so it almost makes you feel like he knew the person. Weller said that since the kidnapping almost 5 weeks ago, the FBI had checked out numerous reports from citizens who had seen 2 composite drawings of the man. And this is another one from that day. Let's see. Body believed to be that of the kidnapped victim, Alexander Harris, 7, of Mountain View, California, was found Wednesday under a mobile home near the Nevada casino from which the youngster disappeared. It's not absolutely positive, but it is now. Ron Flood, Chief Deputy Clark County Coroner, said investigators feel the body is consistent with the Harris boy. Weller said the Harris family was never contacted by an abductor with ransom demands. They did have Whiskey Pete's offered a $10,000 in the case. Investigators attempting to preserve the crime scene disconnected all utilities to the mobile home Wednesday and called for a crane to lift the trailer from its foundation. The body was found beneath one of 10 trailer sites near Whiskey Pete's, used by off-duty casino executive. Body was found beneath one of 10 trailer sites. Drawings released last month of the kidnapped suspect show a 5'7" to 5'9", so there actually is surveillance too. He was wearing silver wire rim glasses, a brown members only type jacket, and dark trousers. Alright, now we're skipping forward about 2 months, 3 months almost. M-U-N-T-S, by the way. That's how we spell months on this channel. Nobody really pronounces the T-H. Okay, nobody goes, hey, how many months? You know, you always say, how many months is it? And that's M-U-N-T-S, alright? Let's not kid around here.
That's not true, Gray. I always pronounce it. What do you mean? Me?
Oh, wait, hold on. Watch out. Watch out for the audio, guys. It might make a weird sound. Ah, there we go. Huh? Jesus. Always so inappropriate, Zozo. Always so inappropriate. All right. San Diegan held in boy's kidnap death. A 37-year-old man arrested in connection with the abduction slaying of a 7-year-old California boy who... See, she can't help herself, though. That's the thing. So she's a little bit like a special needs person. So I allow her... You know, it's like... You know the people with Tourette's? That's how her brain is. She can't help but to say whatever the hell she's going to say. There's no chance. So it's a little bit like having Tourette's or something like that. And I think it'd be discriminatory if I was to punish her for that. It's okay. Everyone, you know, be kind to Zozo. All right, Howard Lee Hopp was arrested by FBI agents and Las Vegas, Nevada detectives Friday at his home here on federal warrant charging him with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. Fugitive warrants filed in Nevada seek Hopp for kidnap and murder in the death of Alexander Harris. Alexander Harris of Mountain View vanished from Whiskey Pete's casino. Witnesses said the boy walked away from the arcade hand in hand with the man. The witnesses did not intervene because they thought the man looked like he might be the boy's father. The cause of death was suffocation. So now they have the cause of death. He was suffocated. Police previously had refused to reveal the cause of death, the boy's death, fearing it would hamper the investigation. All right, so they have this individual, and then about, almost a year and 9 months later, DA warns of fraudulent phone call. That's down here, this is the part. Mother of slain boy files lawsuit against casino. So their wishing well didn't do any good. See that? Everybody's so nice to Zozo. Hey, it's okay. We understand. You guys are so kind. Man, see, that's the freak family at work. Supporting each other through their difficult times. You guys are amazing. Let's see. So, the mother of a 7-year-old boy who was abducted and killed at a casino on the California-Nevada border has filed a negligence suit against the resort. Roxanne Harris charged in the district court suit that Whiskey Pete Casino contributed to the death of her son. The suit contends the woman was induced to believe that the casino would provide adequate security for her son if she left him in the video arcade. That kind of makes sense, though, right? A video arcade, you would leave your kid there. Alexander Harris was abducted from the arcade November 27 after he and his family stopped en route to their Mountain View, California home after a vacation in Las Vegas. His body was found a month later beneath an employee trailer adjacent to the casino. The San Diego computer programmer, Howard Lee Hopp, was later arrested and charged with the murder, but he was acquitted after a 6-week trial in February. So, he was acquitted. He didn't have anything to do with it. Yep, there it is. Look at it. See? It's okay, Zozo. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Anyways, thank you. Oh, look at there's Gene Fish really supporting good old Zozo there.
Gosh, Gray, you're so mean. Oh.
There we go. Oh, crap. He's stuck in jail. Behind me is Carolina Tees painting and Dana Dane. You can see him behind me there. Dana Dane did that for us on Halloween. That's right.
Gray, you're so mean.
Hey, Mary Lou, your cry has got worse and worse over the years. You ever notice that?
Well, I'm working on it. Let me try it again. Gosh, Gray, you're so mean.
That sounded more like a laugh. You're really starting to lose it.
Okay. Gosh, Gray, you're so mean.
You know, I don't think you can do it anymore. You've lost it.
Okay, let me get in my space. I'm a method actor. Let me try it again. Gosh, Gray. Chewbacca? I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to be.
For Jojo, heart.
Here we go. Gosh, Gray, you're so mean.
Now that's pretty good. Now you can work with that one.
Thanks, John Boy. I'll put that in my next one.
No bail.
Okay, no bail. There's bail. Nope. Rope for the sub. Okay, I think I can get out. Thanks, Sarah M, for helping out Zozo's issues. Lee D said no bail, so that set me back to being even because Gene Fish put the 5 in there.
Chewbacca?
And then Susanna just sent me
Chewbacca if you want me to.
pizza funds almost after I get the cab ride. Jen H allowed me to extend it to, I got an Uber now. And then Darlene, no rope for your soap. And Chad Bobinger. So thank you very much. Yeah. Wait, so which one am I looking at here? This is the last one I could find, 1994. A California man acquitted of murdering a 7-year-old boy. This is 1994. Acquitted of murdering a 7-year-old boy in Las Vegas area can sue police for allegedly intimidating a judge into changing his jury instructions. Even though Howard L. Hopp of San Diego was acquitted of killing Alexander Harris, he can claim damages if he was denied an unbiased judge and a fair trial, the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals said. The boy, who was from the Los Angeles area, was left by his parents at a video arcade in the southern Nevada town of state something in November 1987 while they went into a casino to gamble. No, they didn't. They went into drop quarters. His body was found beneath the trailer on the casino grounds a month later. Hopp, a guest at the hotel, was arrested. Yet it makes you wonder, do you think the boy was taken and then brought back there? Or was he in the area the whole time? Maybe in another trailer, and then at the end, what they should have been looking for is a disgruntled employee that left sort of around the time they found the body. Yeah, I think Sarah's probably in the UK. That's why it's pounds, right? Anyways, thank you guys for the bail there, helping out the show. Okay. So, I'm not going to go through the lawsuit there too much, but And there's a couple articles here, actually on the internet. So we can go through this one. This one's from 2017. Yeah. Alright. Today marks the 30th anniversary of Alexander Harris' murder. There are no new leads in the child's case. There is a story to tell, though. Every time we take an exonerated person out of the crime equation, we could face a cold case if there are no new leads. This is what happened in the Alexander Harris case. That's right, because once they picked somebody, they quit investigating for all those years. They're not doing another investigation on the side just in case, right? The child's unsolved murder will forever be connected to the Howard Lee Hopp trial. However, Mr. Hopp was cleared and we have absolutely no leads to find Alexander's murderer. And the thing is it actually could have been him, but he was acquitted, right? Alexander 7 was in the Whiskey Pete's Hotel and Casino Resort in Primm, Nevada, which is weird because wasn't that the name of the owner of the owner of the hotel? That's probably why it's named that. It was named. He probably named the town after himself, and he was the owner of the hotel in that little tiny town. His family was gathering there for a Harris family Thanksgiving Day reunion. After the Thanksgiving weekend, they planned to return to their home in Mountain View, California. The family was ruled out as suspects. On November 28, 1987, around 11 a.m., Alexander was in the video arcade, so 11 a.m., from Whiskey Pete's. His mom and grandparents were gambling nearby. Nearby is a relative term, so I will need a map to... This is somebody writing this. Need the map to find out how nearby the video arcade is from the spot where his family was gambling. The links are in the description, too. You can check them out. I also have not been able to find out if a relative went looking for Alexander or whether someone alerted the family that the boy was seen walking out of the arcade. What we do know is that Alexander vanished. It was caught on the surveillance tapes. Whether they still exist and whether experts have looked at the tape with modern technology to enhance the images is unclear. After 1 month, Alexander's body was discovered underneath a trailer. That trailer was on one of the 10 trailer sites near Whiskey Pete's that were used by off-duty casino executives. Police made every effort to keep the crime scene intact. After disconnecting all the utilities, they used a crane to lift the trailer off the foundation. So whoever wrote this probably used a lot of the same articles that we just read. Mr. James Weller, then head of the Las Vegas FBI office, explained that Alexander's glasses were found near his fully clothed body. He had been strangled. I cannot find whether this was manual strangulation or asphyxiation. That's actually his body being moved away. Witnesses told police they saw a boy walking down a hallway of the resort. He was holding the hand of a man. You know what's weird too is that could be a complete red herring right there. They don't know for sure that boy is the boy, right? The surveillance, although it seems like it'd be pretty obvious, was he wearing a red jacket? Was he, and they'd be able to say, oh yeah, he was wearing a red jacket. The surveillance tapes caught the images of a man and a boy. Initially, investigators looked at 3 suspects, but as the investigation proceeded, they found that all 3 had alibis. I had not been able to find any firm confirmation that the boy on the surveillance tapes was indeed Alexander. We know that he had to have left as we found his remains outside, but I would have liked to see this clearly specified instead of vague references. Police sketches. Let me see if that's his jacket, right? Or is that the one that the killer was wearing? There were 2 sketches. One drawing showed a man approximately 5'7" to 5'9", weighing between 160 and 175. Straight collar length blonde hair. He was wearing silver wired rimmed glasses. Brown, okay, that's what this guy would have been wearing. Brown members only type jacket on dark trousers. Thanks to one of the blog readers, I got feedback on that. Jacket members only is a clothing brand, or members only is a clothing brand that became popular in the 1980s. The brand was created in 1975 and introduced to America markets in 1980. The second drawing is from a slightly taller man, 6 feet tall. What they all seem to agree on is this. The person was a man, approximately 6 feet, 170 pounds, blonde, straight, cropped hair, and wearing glasses that appear to be wired rim. Let's see. I think it is important to note that the wire-rimmed glasses are thin metal frames, usually not combined with thick prescription lenses. Police arrested Mr. Howard Lee Hopp, a computer programmer from San Diego, on suspicion of kidnapping and first-degree murder. He was ultimately acquitted. In 1987, Hopp was spending his Thanksgiving weekend at Whiskey Pete's, where a land sailing tournament took place that he wanted to attend. Hopp resembled the man seen with the boy near the arcade. However, the defense showed that not one witness or expert could confirm that man was Hopp. From various papers listed below, I learned that Mr. Hopp had no criminal record, that he passed 2 lie detector tests, and that the defense produced 8 witnesses who all testified that when Alexander disappeared, Hopp was at the sailing tournament. The 1989 trial lasted 5 weeks, but it took the jury just 1 day to acquit Hopp on all charges. His legal affairs in the case are worth reading. He later filed suit for damages. The jury said that the testimony of the eyewitnesses were unreliable. Hopp's defense attorney had pointed out all the conflicting statements. Alexander has no web presence aside from mention on Whiskey Pete's page. So that's it for that one. I think it was, this is, I think somebody on Reddit, believe it or not, was discussing it. Let's see. And there's a better picture right there. Yeah, this is Reddit. So that link's in there too if you want to check it out. So it's another sad, cold case. I mean, they have video apparently, so maybe what they need to do is make sure that that is him being walked there. And then, you know, yeah, maybe use modern technology. Well, that's what somebody sent me, the Reddit. I didn't use Reddit, though. That's the thing. All I showed you was the picture. Reddit's a absolute hit or miss. A lot of absolute idiots on there. And then there's some people that they give a damn and come up with good information. But for the most part, when you read stuff on Reddit, just don't even trust it whatsoever. Okay, because if it's 50%, it's not worth looking at. So that's it on that one, you guys. So another cold case that we looked at. Hopefully, maybe there's somebody out there that remembers something. It's ridiculous. He wasn't found for like over a month. I don't think would there be any DNA or anything like that. You know, maybe they did remove the trailer. They were probably trying to find hair, that kind of thing. All right. I don't have much more to do tonight. I think I'm just going to go rest. I was actually just totally beat after the last 2 nights. Especially the night when it was about 40 degrees. You know when you are in really cold temperature and you breathe out and you see the sort of the condensation of air, the like almost like smoke coming out of your. It's that's how it was in the house. I mean, it was literally 29 degrees outside, and then inside the house it got to like 40 probably. And it's hard to sleep in that because your face. I actually wore a stocking cap on my head. Yeah. It's weird. I thought the winter was over here, and then boom. So I'm trying to get. I'm going to try to get a hold of Kelsey, see if she wants to come on. Do you guys remember the, what was it, the Burger Shop Murders? Or was it Yogurt? I can't remember exactly at this second. Hold on. Now it's not popping into my head. Well, I'll bring it up tomorrow. Somebody sent me an email and they wanted me to ask Colleen a question, but she actually has the answer on it. It's amazing. I think she worked on it or something. So maybe she can bring that up on the show on Friday. So it'd be cool to have Kelsey on, and we'll just kind of bring up what was said about DNA, and maybe she can talk about different issues, and then maybe Kelsey and her can have a conversation. I think that'd be a good connection for Kelsey to have. Yeah, I went over all of them, Zozo. So you notice how Zozo, you wouldn't know it, but she's almost not at 95% of the show, but pops in every so often to quickly make one of those comments, and then goes off back to what she was doing. But she's really good at pretending that she was here for the 2 hours. It's amazing. It's a very good skill. Yes, Fridays with Kelsey and Colleen. Kind of has a cool ring to it, doesn't it? I was saying that the other day in my head. I was like, Colleen and Kelsey and Colleen, or Colleen and Kelsey. Did you cover all 6? Yeah, we did. Remember there was 3 that were sex workers that seemed related. Then one of them seemed absolutely related to the Beitelman case. Another strangling, but it was 10 years later, but right in the same spot is where she was found. So I'll get a hold of Kelsey tomorrow and see if she wants to do it. So we'll have a show, maybe something like, discuss DNA with an expert, instead of just people randomly guessing at stuff. And maybe I can actually play different sound bites. Doesn't Lesenby mention something about the DNA on that short clip as an advertisement for the show? I thought he said something like that. I might just be able to get the audio though. So what I'll do is maybe I'll just record the audio and play it. Rewatch what? This? Well, you gotta, when you get you gotta set up the notifications, you guys. The thing is if you're only into the Delphi case, you might not like the channel. But if you spent time here, you would like the channel. But what happens is if you're only interested in one case, you just kind of, and then you look for somebody else covering it. Instead of actually thinking, wow, you know what, there's a lot more cases out there that are actually pretty interesting. Things are going on in the country. Maybe I could, widen my horizons a little bit. Maybe learn that there's other things going on. instead of, seeing a horse on the ground and then beating it over and over again.
Gray, that was so mean. How did you do that to a horse?
Hey, it's a phrase, okay, Mary Lou? Beating the dead horse?
Oh, okay.
Jesus. Yeah, think through that, Mary Lou. Thanks, Andrea Jacobs. Who does what? What are you referring to, Boomer? Or Boomer? Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, Mary Lou, she was... Yeah, it's okay if people swear in here, in a comment. Just letting you know. As long as it's not like a negative comment about the channel or something. I know, isn't that a weird phrase? To beat the dead horse? Like, as a matter of fact, if I saw a dead horse on the ground, and I looked over, and I saw this guy just wailing away on it, I think I'd put him in a psychiatric ward or some kind of a, maybe even prison for a while, because anybody that do that's a little bit nuts. Yeah, I don't think there was a ping at 2:30. We looked it up. I looked it up after the show. I listened to it. It just sounds like he got called at 2:30 of the last ping. So he was called at 2:30 of the last ping. Then he called the fire station, and they went back out and looked again. It doesn't mean that the ping was at 2:30. So there you go. Also there's another thing too. Have you guys ever taken the lyrics of Rockabye Baby and just, how did that become a nursery rhyme, for God's sakes? It's just, it's a nightmare. Yeah. Oh, you changed the word? What do you got for the words, Jennifer? Down will come cradle, baby, and all. Yay! Yeah. When the bow breaks, the cradle will fall. Jeez. Good for you, Boomer. You seem like you're on like typing. You're just kind of. Oh, the cradle won't fall. Yeah, but it's too forced that way. You see. And when the wind doesn't blow and the cradle, everyone would be thinking, but what if it does blow? Yeah, well, that's true though. Small 11989. It's crazy. It's crazy lyrics, and it's amazing that parents sing it to their kids. It'd be like, rockabye baby, if I had an axe, I'd chop you up into little bits and act like a, Well, didn't you even listen to the lyrics of that? Okay, did you, when you're singing the rockabye baby to your baby, did you even give a damn what was being said at that point? Yeah. What we should do is make a rockabye baby nursery rhyme, but change it completely up so it's not about babies anymore. It's about the people who chop up bodies when there's an accidental death at their house with because they did a drug overdose or something. When she did coke, she did pass out, and then I got a chainsaw and brought it out, and then I, that kind of thing. Actually, I think that might be kind of funny if we could come up with really good wording for it, right? Oh my God. Look at small 11989. Look at her little look. Oh shit. Look at her emojis over there. That's Jennifer Rochelle. That's Jennifer Rochelle right there.
Ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posy.
Yeah, so let's make a nursery rhyme with Rockabye Baby with the same tune. Maybe we should make a contest for that. Okay, so I'll make a post in the community section, but it's going to be to the tune of Rockabye Baby, but it doesn't have anything to do with cradles or anything. It'll be to the tune of that, but it's going to be about the people who chop up body parts where somebody accidentally died at their house, but they had no other options, they thought. Okay? Would that be kind of fun for you guys? You know, with the goofy minds that we have? Yeah, I think it'll be awesome. I wonder if people would understand it. I think it'd be fun. And the winner gets a mug. All right? A Months mug that has all the serial killers on it. Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know. Hey, Boomer, are you on drugs? You seem like you're a little off. You're really strange. Yeah, like nothing you're saying is making any sense. Who's killing babies? What are you talking about? Oh, you can send it to me in an email, but I think what it would be is you make a post. I'm going to make a community post after the show, and then you just put yours in as your comment, right? And then I'll go through and read them all. But don't put sub comments and try to fix somebody else's. If you have your own rap, you put your own comment in. All right? As a matter of fact, let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. So then it'll be there. All right. Let me... Okay, I'm at the community section. Here we go. Let's see. Contest! I'll just make it for channel members, though. Okay, so you can't play if you're not a channel member. And that means you have to have the green thing next to you. Yeah, you just seem a little out there, Boomer. You might want to work on that a little bit. You know, try to read the crowd a little bit. All right, contest. Come up with a nursery rhyme to the tune of rock. How do you spell rockabye? Rockabye, huh? Hell, help me out with that one. How do you spell rockabye? Oh, just like that? Okay. I was wondering if I could. Rockabye Baby. To the tune of Rockabye Baby. But the topic is about the people who choose as an option, or choose as their option, to chop up bodies when an accidental death occurs. How do you think I should read that? How many of you, let me ask you this, you guys. How many people needed to type in rockabye like that? After the first one already typed it in. You know, like Jennifer got it in there, and then we got rockabye, 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 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 55, 60, 55, 10, 20, rockabye, 25, 40, 45, 55, 60, 55, 1, rock, 30, 25, 30, sir, 25, 30, 30, now 5, I'm 35. In their presence. That makes sense? All right, so here's the contest. Come up with a nursery rhyme to the tune of Rockabye Baby. Oh, I meant put. Wait. No, but. No, that is what I meant. But Rockabye Baby. Okay, I'll just change this up. Rockabye Baby. And then the topic is about the people who choose as their option to chop up bodies when an accidental death occurs in their presence. Does that make sense? Yeah. Well, we know Zozo's doesn't count because she does it every single time. She's always dead last and does it as sort of a humorous thing. So hers is intentional. I don't know about the rest of you. And notice how she even did it twice up there. Okay, so does this make sense to you guys? Come up with a nursery rhyme to the tune of Rockabye Baby. The topic is about the people who choose. I don't need to put as their option. I'm just going to. About the people who choose to chop up bodies when chop up a body when an accidental death occurs in their presence because they panicked. Okay, did I spell that right? Yeah, I thought it was because they panicked. The winner gets a month's mug. Boom! There we go. And that's... Should I do it for everybody or just for channel members? Put a 1 if it should be for everybody or a 2 for just channel members. Right, you did it intentionally. I'll make it for everybody. Yeah, what the hell. All right, contest. Come up with a nursery rhyme to the tune of Rockabye Baby. The topic is about the people who choose to chop up a body when an accidental death occurs in their presence because they panicked. The winner gets a month's mug. Okay, there we go. All right, you guys are going to have bigger competition now. There it is. It's now up. And anybody who asks what it means is disqualified immediately. Like if you show up and you say, so what are you saying here? You're immediately disqualified for not having a brain. Oh, you've already got yours. Okay, here we go. No, I'm not. This is what I do on my show, Holly. We've talked about that topic 1,000 times. What it is that you're new and you don't know any of the stuff that we've done on the show for like 3 or 4 years now. All right, so kind of just hang out and kind of get a feel for things for a while and then start making your comments. Let's see. Hold up. Need to post. No, I've already got it. You're not going to be the winner, Zozo. Almost no matter what. I don't care if it's the greatest. I'm just kidding. If it's the best. So at the end, what I'll do is I'll probably pick the ones that I think flow the best. And then I'll do everybody votes on it. And what I'll do is I'll have Mary Lou, yes, I'll have Mary Lou sing the damn thing, okay? You get it? I'll have Mary Lou sing it.
Rock-a-bye baby in the treetops when... Well, whatever the rest of it is.
Yeah, so, she'll just sing them all. You just have to put the lyrics in there, all right? It's going to be awesome. So I want every one of you to do it. Maybe there might even be like dual winners if there's two really good ones, all right? But anyways, you get a month's mug that has all the serial killers on it. Each month. Well, not all of them, but like 12 serial killers. There's a lot more than that. You'd have to have an entire cellar full of mugs to put them all on there. But hey, everybody, hope you guys have fun doing that. Really appreciate it. Oh, God. Okay, let me see. Nope, nothing there. Nothing there at all. It says one comment, but there's nothing there. There's no comment. It's amazing. See? It says one comment, but the comment isn't there. See? Oh, I guess I had to hit newest. All right, let's see. All right, I'll do hers just to give you an example.
All right. Just killed a lady. I'm over the corpse. We'll cut her in cubes and show no remorse. I'll put all her fingers in... Jesus, and make us...
Forget it, Zozo. You just kind of gave up on it at the end there. And cut off her toes and make a cigar? What the hell? It didn't even rhyme, man. Oh, you said, I'll put her fingers in the freezer. Maybe you need to say freezer. Anyways, you guys all work on them, and it'll all be good. It'll be interesting, all right? And if you get the holier-than-thou jackasses that show up, just, hide them or something. All right? Oh, how dare you. Hey, listen, we're not talking about a specific crime. What I'm saying is, I've said it 1,000 times, is that the idiots out there, the people who, when there's a murder, or, a death at their house when they're doing drugs or something like that, when there's a death, their first instinct is to chop them up and discard the body parts around town. I've always said that those people should be put in prison for life for having the ability to do that. It's okay, Holly. It's okay, Holly. I'm just bugging you because you're sitting there. I'm saying the same stuff that I always say, so you obviously have never seen me say it to say, oh, you must be on drugs. Well, maybe, hopefully by tomorrow or something like that. All right, let's see the new one that's up here. Well, I don't know. Let me put that in there. I'll say by Saturday. What's today? Saturday. So today's the 17th, 18th, 19th, the 20th. By February 20th. There we go.
I'm sorry, my butt. I'm sorry, my buddy, but when you passed out, I didn't know what to do. I freaked the fuck. I freaked the fuck out. I was scared to get caught with my drugs. Wait, I was scared. I don't know how that goes. I was scared to get caught with the drugs I gave you, so I sliced you and diced you and flushed you down the loo. The loo? Okay, well, we'll get that one figured out at some point.
Aw, poor Holly. Come on, Holly. It's okay, Holly. Anyways, I'm going to have to go get the tune of that. Well, that's what she said on hers. But it's not me cussing. That was Mary Lou. Okay, everybody? Hey, Holly, I'm just goofing around with you up there. So you got to be able to have thick skin on here. We're just like a family goofing around, busting each other's metaphorical balls, since 90% of you don't have them. You know, one of the things I was thinking about was, the word men, right? Now when they say a man, you got to say a woman, But how do you say woman? Because in the word woman is men. So wouldn't it just be whoa, 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 forever? Like you're in this crazy loop? Because you can never actually say the men at the end of woman, right? So you want to say whoa, woman. No, it's a whoa, woman, because you want to put woman in there, but in the word men, woman is men. So you have to just keep saying whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, what are you? I'm a whoa, 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 whoa. And then the other person just goes, hey, you can cut it off. Okay. You get what I'm saying, right? Think through that one. I think it would mess up a computer. It's like on the Star Trek episode when Spock was trying to destroy all of the androids, and he got one into a loop by saying, everything that I tell you is a lie. I am lying right now. Then the android went, well, if everything you say is a lie, and now you're saying you're lying, that means you're telling the truth. But if everything you say is a lie, and then he just went, and then smoke started coming out of his ears. Okay? So that's what I'm saying with the word woman, since it's now inappropriate to ever use the word men ever again. Men is in woman. So as soon as you say whoa, you can't say the men, so you got to go back to the whoa part of it, which is the distinguishing. So it's whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to make a mug that has a loop that says whoa, whoa, whoa all the way around in a spiral like a DNA helix. You guys get it. Come on. Yikes, love and living. I know, we don't have to do that. But it's going to be up to everybody on the left to make sure that doesn't actually happen. Right? So you'll have to fight against your own people to keep that kind of crap from going on. I mean, believe it or not, this really did happen. This pastor or something at the White House or somewhere, Congress, he said, amen and women. Even though that the men that's in the word amen has nothing to do with gender at all. It's not even related. But that just shows you how absolutely ludicrous it is. Okay? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, not soon, Nan. It's going to be up to the parent to go, I'm not sure. I think at this point, they're just fluid. We don't know what they are. So I think you should just put down neutral for now. And then we'll just we'll just see how they develop. See what happens. Yeah. Yeah, the new chaplain. There you go. Yeah, it was Congress. Isn't that ridiculous? Did you see that one? Anyways, thanks everybody. I appreciate you guys showing up tonight. I'm going to try to see if I can get something set up for Friday with Colleen said yes. I just haven't heard back from Kelsey. I think it might be an interesting show anyways. What we could do if Kelsey can't do it is have Colleen on, and the whole show is about DNA and things that might, everybody could ask questions, and we can get all the questions answered that anybody might have regarding DNA and how things might work. It is, Carolina Carla. It's sad. Yeah. I'm not sure what was your first part of your sentence, Holly? You just kind of ended. You just sort of typed in an end of a what they choose to. What does that mean? Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've had this conversation before. I think most women, biological females, do not want their sports interfered with by people that are identifying as their gender but want to compete against them. Okay, I think most women that have have intelligence would not want that to happen. I am somebody who believes that all females, biological females, should be able to compete at the highest level possible for them. Meaning, if there is a woman that can run the 100-meter dash in 10 flat, she should be able to compete against men in college and even try out for the Olympics. If you're good enough at golf, like Michelle Wee almost was, she could try to compete against the men, and if she makes it, she gets to play with the men. If there's a basketball player that's that good, she gets to play with the men. However, if you are a person who identifies as being a female, you shouldn't get to compete against other females, but you do have the right to then try to compete with men. All right, but you shouldn't be discriminated against in the rest of the... See, then you go, well, then that's discriminating in sport. No, it's not. It's not. It's discrimination against biological women to allow that to happen. I think everybody knows that intellectually, but they try to be woke so they don't admit it, But I think that women should be able to achieve is the highest level possible, as well as transgender females. Transgender females just shouldn't be allowed to compete against other females, but they should be able to try to compete against the highest level possible that they can get in. All right, and then men, however, biological males or transgender, let's see. Yeah, biological males and transgender females should not be allowed to compete go downwards. Let's put it that way. They should always have to compete with the sex that you were born with in sports. Okay, in all other aspects, you shouldn't be able to get fired or anything like that, or be discriminated against. I don't think anybody really cares. It's that one topic that people care about. Doesn't everybody agree with that? Because you're biologically different, no matter what you do with drugs and things like that. All right. So there you go. That's my thought on that. I hope I don't want women's athletic. I don't think one scholarship that was supposed to go to a female who worked their ass off all the way through high school to become an athlete should get their scholarship taken and given to somebody else who's identifies as that same sex. Okay, it just doesn't make sense to me, and I think women in general should be outraged at that. Yeah, exactly, Jay. So I hope everybody, when these things start getting pushed, you guys should all fight back vigorously, not just, well, let's see what happens. Okay, because if you don't do it, something's going to get passed, and it's not going to be good. I mean, when it's already kind of been put into motion. That was one of the executive orders signed, that people, should try to, work it in. Right. I would say bowling, golf, Well, I don't know. You can't do stuff like golf. Guys can hit the ball a lot further and would have a huge advantage. I don't know. Yeah. There's some sports that it affects less, for sure. But why not just say no? It makes the most sense. Because it's not fair for whatever sport you choose. It's not going to be fair. No, but it doesn't matter if they're track and field shouldn't be either, Zozo. So it has nothing to do with contact sports. It has nothing to do with that. I mean, you could find a woman that's pretty big and she could probably play football or something like that. I'm talking about just in general. Women, like I said, should always be able to go upwards. So a woman, if she wants to, should be able to play football with men if she's good enough. All I'm saying is you can't go the other way around, right? Like a track and field, for example. There's actually two sisters that compete. They're guys that are identify as female, so they're females then, I guess. And they're running track against biological females and just kicking their ass every single time. I mean, it's just I think that should disturb people a little bit. It should make you kind of question things. It's not fair at all. And like I said before, all females should try to be able to compete up. So those same women who identify as being a woman should be able to compete upwards. But they can't compete with the one that they identify with. Now, if it's the other way around, let's say you don't see it as often, where a female identifies as a male. See, that's an interesting one, because they're going to be taking hormones, or not hormones, steroids or whatever it is to make them more male and masculine. So then it would sort of be unfair, because then you'd be like the East German athletes competing against the women, right? So they should have to. So if you're a female and you are identifying as a male, you should have to be able to you should have to be able to compete with males only. You see what I'm saying? Because testosterone. You're gonna be taking testosterone, and now you are an illegal athlete to be able to compete with. Let's see. So if you're a woman identifying as a man, and I think at that point, it's sort of weird. It's just a weird thing. It gets really complicated, really. I think it should just be that you have to compete. But see, that throws that out of the water. So if you're a female identifying as a male and you're forced to compete with other females, not men that you are identifying with, but you're now taking performance-enhancing testosterone, which would be illegal to use in any Olympics or anything like that. So should it be that transgender males that are females that are identifying as males, should they compete, should only be able to compete with other males because of the testosterone that they're taking? That's an interesting topic. I think it'd be sort of an interesting thing to try to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what. yeah. I always do that, Jay. I always do that. You mean the topic, Debbie, or just the what are you referring to? You don't think we should be able to talk about it, or? Yeah, I think just creating a separate sport would work the best. She might have been, Gene. I don't know. I don't think she ever said she was. Yeah. Yeah, it's just something's not not quite right out there. So, anyways, just a closing thought there. But anyways, go make sure that you do the Rockabye Baby nursery rhyme to the theme of a guy who chops up a body as their response to a dead body being at their house. Okay? And you win a month's mug. And there's a community section where you get to submit your nursery rhyme, where I just made a post. Did you miss that one, Carolina, Carla? Go read the community post I just made on the air a second ago. Yeah, I don't think it's fair at all. I think women should really fight back. And there's been really hardcore feminists that are totally against it. And they should be. Because it's women have fought for years and years and years for rights, and they got all their rights and moving forward, and then all of a sudden there's this situation that's going to take away opportunities in the sports realm. I don't know, Gene. I'm gonna get rid of that one, Gene. That's too much. I don't want somebody. Some weird accusation. Okay, guess what, everybody? I am going to get off here this time. Yeah, let me keep getting rid of your comments. Come on, Gene. Jesus. Gene Fish. The unfiltered Gene Fish. The Encyclopedia Britannica. All wrapped up in one person. Here we got one of these idiots showing up.
My name is Heckle Egg. Kanika did not die accidentally. I didn't have anything to say, but I just wanted to show up at the last minute.
You're an idiot, okay? Yes, she did die accidentally. And listen, anybody who thinks Kanika Jenkins died, was murdered, is an idiot. Like, literally, technically, a stupid person who threw away all the information that was available that was real and believed all the morons out there making videos that were completely fake. Alright, so there you go. There you go, and that's HKL Egg. He believed it. Actually, he's probably just goofing around. Hey, I'll be however I want, HKL. Your comment was so stupid, it was ridiculous. Let's see. Oh, boy. I mean, that's the honest-to-God truth. If you're one of the people that thinks Kanika Jenkins was murdered, you are a very stupid person with a low IQ. Yeah, cool. All right, awesome. And if you have a high IQ and you believe that, that means you're trying to trick people into believing it. So, either way, you're not a good person. Awesome. Thanks, man. Hopefully you're not one of those people. Yee! Boom! So thank you to Jessica Schubach, Holly Evans, JP, Carolina Carla again, Rachel White, Carolina Carla, Alley Cake, and Rec One, who is actually, wow, I just watched your video about my sister today and you are live tonight. What are the odds? Her name is Tiffany Suburin. I think it was Suburin. You covered her death back in October. Thanks for keeping her spirit alive. That was very cool that he showed up. That was a cat eye donation. Then Zozo, Jean Fish, Sarah M, Lee D, Susanna, Mac, Gilla, Padraig, Jen H, Darlene White, Chad Bobinger, And Andrea Jacobs became a channel member. Thank you. Oh, okay, so you're just goofing around. Cool. All right, good. Yeah, because if you actually believe it, I'm going to have to remove you from the channel, unfortunately. Because that just means you are not intellectually honest. If you believe Kanika was murdered, that means you're a dishonest person. It's not an opinion, it's a fact that she died accidentally. All right.
No, Greg, because I saw this one. There's no camera right above the door. You don't know.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So let me know. Do you believe that Kanika Jenkins was murdered? HKL egg. Or do you think she accidentally died? Just let me know. And that'll determine your fate. I like people with brains. It's not an opinion. Okay, good. It's an accident. Good. All right. Phew. Man, you had me on the ropes there. And yet you come in here and you... Jesus. Yeah, where is the drum roll? What's the 6th? What do you mean? I don't get it. Tangent number 5. Oh, what's the 6th? Yeah, what is the 6th? I'm stream of consciousness right now. Yeah, well, here's the reality is, though, is people who believe Kanika Jenkins was murdered are tricksters and they are grifters of the true crime community. Okay, they're trying to get something. You know, they think, well, my angle, I was the only person putting out the... You know what's sad about that? Is I was the only person putting out the truth for like a year. Because everybody else knew what side the toast their bread was buttered on. You know, and I don't give a shit. You know what side of the toast my bread is buttered on? Answer the question. Let's see if you can answer it. It's on the side of fill in the blank. And a 2 and a 3. That's right. That's right, HKLA. That's right. Then Kathy Mallon got it right. I butter my bread on the side of truth. So it doesn't matter what side the truth is on that piece of bread, right? It's just where it goes. Arius shot first in the head while he sat in the shower. Now that's one that it's not. That's my opinion on all the facts. I think it's 100%, but it's not. I wouldn't boot somebody if they thought he was stabbed first. It's because he was still murdered. It's just what weapon came first. Yeah, but he definitely was shot first while he sat in the shower. That's how he was in the last photograph of him alive. And HLN, with all their wisdom, says he stood right back up again and was doing another pose, and she stabbed him in the back 13 times. That's the stupidest shit that I've ever heard in my life. Okay? Nope. She pulled out the gun, shot him in the head, then he crawled around the room, and he wasn't dying, so she went and got a knife, came back, and it looks like he tried to he got up to the sink, was looking in the sink. He has passive blood drops in the sink, looked at himself in the mirror, probably coughed up. There's even spray around there. Then she returned from getting the knife as he is looking down the hallway. Probably stabs him he's trying to block it, stabs him in the chest a couple times, and he goes down on all fours trying to crawl out. Then she jumps on his back right before the carpet, stabs him in the back 13 times, and then as his head's over the carpet, pulls back his neck, slits his throat, blood shoots all over the place, then flips him over, drags him back into the bathroom, and stuffs him in the shower. That makes a hell of a lot more sense than anything that Juan Martinez, the lying prosecutor, said. Okay? Yeah. And I even think I can see there are, I think, 11 or 12 right-handed stab wounds in the back because of the angle. Then there's one that's like this. So that means, I think that's when she cut her finger on the knife, because she did cut her finger. Then grabbed the other knife and stabbed with the left hand, and it just kind of gave up on that, pulled his neck back, slit his throat, it went ear to ear, all the way around. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. And then, but he was already really out of it at the time, because the gunshot to the head was like being knocked out by a boxer. You know how you get up and you're just really groggy? It didn't kill him though. It didn't even hit his brain. It went right through the front, down and into the cheek right here. So it went through the forehead, down through the nasal cavity, down here. Yeah, I've got it all, videos on that all the way through. You can even see it. Watch the gunshot first theory. There's a few things I would change in that now, but yeah, it was 25 caliber pistol, just really weak pistol, very small gun that she stole from her grandparent, but staged it as a robbery, and that was one of the items listed as missing. So she wanted to make sure that, oh, I'm not responsible for the reason that the 25 caliber gun is missing, and yet a 25 caliber gun was, and she's the one that called in the burglary. And then a 25 caliber gun is used to kill Travis, so obviously that's the gun that she used. It was also unregistered by the grandfather. And then people say, well, how do you know she shot first? Well, let me ask you this. Would you have planned a robbery, a burglary, and staged it all to take a gun, only to drive all the way to Arizona to use a knife first, giving him a chance to actually fight back, merely so you can say, no, Gray, she was just enraged. She wanted to do it. No, what I think it is after she needed to use the knife, she felt cathartic about using it. Like when she started stabbing him, she felt good. You know, it made her feel great. Shit. Man, some crazy crap going on there. No, well, it is. It's an exact model, Noreen. It's literally, I spent literally 4 or 5 months on that thing. MUNTS. I still have it too. I can load it up and I can move the cameras around wherever I want. That's where I was able to show people where the one shot was of the shower door open. See, the thing is the entire time that Jody was filming Travis in the shower door was open. So water was going on the floor, even little bits getting on the lens of the camera. The shower door was never closed while she was filming him. That's something people go, no, that's not true. There's that one. Nope. Nope. I proved it all. I got it all. That was the case that kind of got me started in sort of the crime scene reconstruction stuff. It's so awesome to be able to disprove people's theories. All right, everybody. I'm getting out of here this time. I really am. I thanked everybody. Let me see if there's anything that came in somewhere else. Hold on one second. I don't want to... Oh, yeah. I got a new patron member, Holly. Thank you very much. Let's see. Oh. Well, I got to read this email more accurately. Just a second. Okay, I'm getting out of here. I swear to God. So anyways, make sure you wash your hands, maintain your social distancing, and wear a mask. All right, everybody? I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Sometimes we chat around for a while at the end of the show, talk about other stuff. All right? Maybe one of these days we'll do a show on Jodi Arias again. The entire crime scene and what I think happened. And I can actually prove with very good circumstantial evidence that that Horn, Martinez, and Flores all conspired to change what they actually believed and wrote on the autopsy and other documents. They changed it so that they could have a counter argument to Jodi Arias' self-defense. They switched from gunshot first to knife first, and using, I think it was nefarious what they did. It was really obvious. So, all right, everybody, thank you very much. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And a 2 and a 3. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, plug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar.
Because the greatest gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector. And I'm always gonna be a puppet actor.
Fool reflector, interceptor.
And I mean a little speckle with a vector.
On his pector, with all respect, y'all.
Just remember,
I've attempted to fucking check ya.
I have no agenda. I never done that.
And I'll serve it to you straight without the blender.
And in the end,
I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Alright! Man, great, that was a really eclectic show.
Alright, everybody.
Eclectic? Where the hell did you come up with that one?
Oh, I looked it up in the dictionary just earlier.
Well, why'd you use it though? It doesn't sound like you.
Oh my god. Can't I just try to learn some new words every once in a while? Gee! Gosh, John Boy, you're so mean!
Was that really something you should have got that upset about?
Well, I guess not. Say something else, something else.
Gosh, Mary Lou, you're an idiot.
Gosh, John Boy, you're so mean!
God, that wasn't bad at all. That wasn't bad at all. Good night, Mary Lou.
Good night, John Boy.
See, they're just full of crap, you know? You gotta admit it. They really, wow. Here, we'll do the chatting for a few minutes with some music. All right, here we go with the ever famous Cool Cats. Yes, let's do Jodi Arias one of these nights. I actually drove by her house 2 years ago, where she lived.
Hello?
Hello!
Good night, Jay Case. Good night, everybody. You guys are all awesome. Thank you. Make sure to do your nursery rhyme in the community section, where Mary Lou will read all of the nursery rhymes. Yes, Jodi Arias sang Silent Night and a couple other songs that are ruined forever. Oh, Holy Night. Remember that one? Hey, look at that. It's Kim F. Sharp Hart. Thank you, Kim F. Sharp Hart. To do, yeah, you might not have heard it on maybe. Alright, everybody, I gotta get off of here, so I'm gonna shut it down. Oh boy, Susanna composed? Is it to the nursery rhyme, though, Susanna? Or is it a whole different thing, like a new rap of some sort? Alright, well, I'll check them out. Make sure you guys put that post in there, okay? Alright, everybody, we'll see you guys tomorrow. And as I always say, be safe out there.
Hello? Is anybody there? Is anybody there at all? Hello?